already settling into a pattern. It began with Guy outlining the company's progress, which was good, astoundingly good. We had founded 90minutes.com the previous April with the aim of creating the internet's #1 soccer website. Somehow, we had managed to get a site up and running by the beginning of August. It provided commentary, gossip, analysis, match reports and statistics about every club in the English Premier League. It had been well received, with great coverage in the press. More importantly, visitors were flocking to the site. In our first full month online, we had had 190,000 visitors, and the numbers were climbing strongly week on week. We now had 23 employees and were aggressively hiring more. Guy went into our plans for the rest of the year. More writers, more match reports, more commentary. Alliances with a bookmaker to enable our visitors to gamble on soccer results. And the gearing up of e-commerce. We were planning to sell club and national kit off the site, as well as 90minutes.com's own branded clothing. This was Guy's big idea. Build a brand on the net and then make money from selling fashionable sportswear on the back of it. Tony Jordan listened closely as Guy spoke. He had been a spectacularly successful property developer in the 70s, but had retired at an early age to the south of France. Too early. It was clear that he missed the cut and thrust of business, and he took his duties as chairman of 90 Minutes seriously. He looked much like his son, but smaller. His own fair hair was turning a sandy grey. He had the same blue eyes, twinkling out of a deeply tanned face, and the same easy charm that could be turned on at will. But he was tougher, much tougher. It was my turn. Guy had done the easy stuff. Now Tony was warmed up. It was time for the crunch. I referred everyone to the board papers. As you can see, our loss this month will be slightly less than budgeted. I'm hopeful we'll manage to keep that through to the end of the year, especially if we begin to see some good advertising revenues come in. But still a loss, Tony said. Oh yes, that was always in the plan. And when do you expect to turn in a profit? Not until year 3. Year 3. That's 2001, isn't it? Tony said, a note of mockery creeping into his voice. Probably 2002, I answered. Our funds won't last that long. No, I replied patiently. We'll have to raise more. We'll need cash to gear up for the e-commerce phase, added Guy. All of this was in the plan, I said. And where is this cash going to come from? Asked Tony. Actually, we have an idea for that, Guy said. Really? Yes, I said. Over the last few months, we've been talking to a firm called Orchestra Ventures. They've seen what we've been doing and they like it. They want to invest £10 million. It'll be enough to finance our growth plans and take us through to next year. Tony raised his eyebrows. 10 million, huh? And what do they want for their 10 million? It's all here, I said, passing copies of a term sheet to Tony and Hoyle. The sheet outlined the terms under which Orchestra Ventures would make their investment. They were the product of several days of hard negotiating. Tony scanned it quickly, then he tossed it onto the table. This is crap, he said. His blue eyes were cold. No sign of the famous Jordan charm. The way I read this, my equity stake goes down from 80% to 20%. That's right, I said. After all, they're putting up 10 million quid. You invested too. But management's stake is sticking at 20%. Do Orchestra Ventures expect me to give up some of my equity to you? Well, that's not quite the way it will be done, but that's the overall effect, isn't it? Yes, I suppose so, I admitted. Why on earth do they think I should do that? They think we need a decent equity stake to give us an incentive. They do.